What's happening, everyone? I'm Anthony with livingtheend.com, and this is Anthony's Answers. So this is a new channel that I started. I had a lot of questions come up on emails and such, and I thought, you know what? It might be a better way to answer this so that everybody can get the benefit from the question. And instead of putting it on the Live in the End channel, I decided to just create another channel and put those questions there. If you do want to check out the other channel, I will have a link in the description for that channel. But anyway, and then this is going to be a different format too. The other channel, I'm usually either driving around or sometimes walking around, and then giving you information about manifesting, conscious manifesting, and whatnot. But here, I'm actually going to just sit down and I will already have the answer set in a form. So if you want those, I will also have that available to you. Just contact me at anthony@livingtheend.com, and you can have that transcript. I'll also put that option in the description as well. Alrighty, so let's just get started. Let's just jump into it and see what we got going on here. Okay, so the first question I got is, am I doing it right? What is the right way to manifest? Now, this really falls into the category of how to. And this is where a lot of people get mixed up. They believe that manifesting is something that you do. And manifesting is not something that you do. Manifesting is an effect of how you're thinking. So this is what you're going to get in the transcript. The question is the infamous how-to question: how to manifest what I want. And again, like I said, people, that's the first thing that always comes up when you get somebody who's either new, or especially if they're coming from like a law of attraction, you're going to get that question. Okay, what do I need to do to manifest what I want? Okay, now I am going to be going into Bible quotes because the Bible is the best instruction manual for the human mind. This is not going to be a religious thing in here. The Bible, in my opinion, was written, and it's kind of supported throughout history, and even before the Bible was written. It is an instruction manual for metaphysics, really. The Bible was written in parables, especially when Jesus was speaking. He always spoke in parables. So there is a hidden meaning behind everything that's in that Bible. Okay, so let's take a look at Isaiah 55, 8 and 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. When we consciously have a desire, our whole job is nothing more than to decide what it is that we want and keep focused upon that decision. Very simply put, that's all that's required of us. Okay, we're not to figure out the how that's going to come about. That's not our job. We leave that up to the universe, infinite intelligence, the all, God, whatever word you want to use for that. The matrix, unified field. If you're a Dr. Joseph Dispenza fans, if you're Greg Braden, then it's the divine matrix. The question is not how to do it, because manifesting is not something that you do. It's actually the effect of who you are being that is reflected back to you in your reality. So when you are manifesting, one of the questions that will come up from time to time, especially from some of the I'm going to say better. I mean, nobody's better than somebody else, but I'm going to say better in this verse of one of the more informed. Let's go with that word. Of one of the more informed coaches that are out there. One of the questions that you're going to get asked from them is, where are you manifesting from? And this question throws people off. Okay? Because where you're manifesting from is going to be important, because if you're manifesting from a state of I don't have, I want, but I doubt that I can get it, you will never manifest what you want. It won't happen. Okay? But if you're manifesting from a state of I know that I already have it, I just don't see it right now, but I know it's already mine, now you stand an excellent chance of getting what you want. Okay? So a better question would be, who would I be if I were already the person that had my desire? All right? Remember, this is about you and nothing and no one else. This anytime that you're consciously manifesting, this is about you. It's not about anybody else. It's not about the object of your desire. This is where everybody gets kind of screwed up. All right? So the change needs to be in you and not the outside circumstances, because those are simply reflections of your assumptions, perceptions, and conceptions of yourself and the world around you anyway. That's what it's all about. Your assumptions and your conceptions of who you are and who the world around you is, those are reflections. What you see coming back to you is a reflection of those assumptions that you have of yourself and the world around you. Okay? So those assumptions and perceptions that you have, those mental conversations that you have with yourself, those are the cause. All right? And then the effect is what you see coming back to you. So the secret is knowing what you want and then going inside to figure out why you don't have that desire yet, okay? Because once you figure out why you don't have it, then the rest is a piece of cake. Who do you need to be to have that desire? All right? Now, if this is an SP and it's an SP that you knew before, okay, that answer is going to be pretty evident. You're going to know right away, especially if they're the one that broke up, because they will probably tell you. They will most likely tell you why. All right? Trust me. Been there, done that. Who do you need to be to have that desire? Then once you figure that out, you simply shift to that state of being the person that has the object of your desire. That's it. You figure out, okay, who do I need to be? Okay? I need to be more calm. I need to be more loving. I need to be more committed to the relationship. All right? And then this is the person that I want to be. All right? Fine. There is a version of you that has those attributes. You need to align yourself with that or shift to that person and then be that person. Okay? And on the other channel, I have all sorts of videos that tell you how to do that, so I'm not going to go into that here. I'm going to make these as short as I can. Okay? Then once you have decided that who you are, you must persist in being that person until your desire is reflected back to you in your reality. Okay? And this is where Neville Goddard comes in with persistence. Okay? Now there are going to be a ton of nuances with life, and conscious manifesting is no different. Okay? And those nuances are going to come in circumstances that come up about about your manifesting. You're going to see stuff that's going to come to you that's not going to be desirable. Okay, that's not in alignment with the desire that you have. All right, and it's your job at that point to either deny that kind of stuff or face it and accept it for what it is, because that's where a lot of people kind of mess up. And you've got to get to the point to where you're not fighting this, okay? Because you don't want to fight it. You simply deny it and then go back to the person that you want to be. That's all you got to do, okay? So there are going to be circumstances that come up about that you're going to have to deal with, and then react to or not while you're persisting in the wish fulfilled, okay? And these are going to affect your experience. These nuances, these triggers that come up, they're going to affect your experience. All right? If you allow them. Don't allow them. So the key here to this whole question again is, what do I have to do? Manifesting is not something that you do. Manifesting is an effect of a mental cause that you have. All right? So you leave the heavy lifting of do to God. Your only job is to decide in detail who you need to be, who you want to be, to have that desire. That's it. And then once you decide that, you need to be that person, however you get it. And again, the other channel has all sorts of videos to tell you how to do that. Okay? You need to be that person that has that, and persist in being that person. Okay? Many of you have already heard the term act as if. This is act as if. Alrighty? So folks, thanks for listening, and remember, you've got this. In the description is going to be the email on how to get a hold of me. If you have any other questions, please email me at anthony@liveintheend.com and email me your questions, and I will answer your questions not only to you through the email, but I also answer them through this video form without using your name or anything. There won't be any identifiers or anything like that. Okay, it'll be just like this. This was a question that I got from somebody, but there's no identifiers in it, so people don't know. All right, thanks for listening, guys, and remember, again, you've got this.